Hello and welcome back to the trash, and today we will be going over my Tough as Nails Season 5 power ranking post the first two episodes. Now that I've seen those first two episodes, and we know who the first person eliminated is, and we know these people a little bit more, and we actually have some information on how well they can compete in Tough as Nails, and what kind of edit they're getting, what kind of screen time they're getting, we can now discuss who is likely to win this thing? Who is going to be our Season 5 Tough as Nails champion? I think it's pretty close. So, I think there are a few people that I don't think they're winning, a few people I think that are getting far but not winning, and then there are a few contenders that could maybe win, I don't know, but they also seem like they could go out pretty quickly, because if you follow the trend with most of my other power rankings on Tough as Nails, my very high winner potential picks, they don't go too far. So, with that being said, let's get into our number 12, the person that was eliminated in the last episode, and that was Carolina. Obviously, number 12, not winning, because she lost. But I did really like Carolina, and part of the reason why I'm happy that nobody goes home on Tough as Nails and that they get to stay and help their team win, because we get to know these people a lot more than we would if they would just go home after they get eliminated, like Carolina. And I was really excited to see what a motorcycle builder could do on Tough as Nails, but turns out was not very long lasted in the individual competition. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the actual list. Starting at number 11, the least likely person to win, in my opinion, could go far. Like when I said Sarah Burkett was least likely to win, but she got third. But also just seems like the type that wouldn't go far, like a Kelsey Renee. Let's just get into her. It's Carly STEIMAN. Like I said, Kelsey from Season 3, Renee from Season 4, these sort of contestants, female contestants specifically, that are more like positive and fun oriented, like Melissa, Season 1, they have that kind of vibe to them, and they usually don't last long. So if we're going in that same direction, I don't see a long stay for Carly. But that's not to say that she's for sure going to be out pretty soon. She could make a long stay. We don't know. We will have to wait and see. However, I don't see her winning in any scenario, but I could be wrong. I usually am. Maybe it's a good sign for Carly that she's down here. Coming in at number 10, I have to put Dustin Bradford. Dustin Bradford hasn't really been getting much screen time to work with, so not sure what that's all about, but that doesn't seem it doesn't seem to bode very well for his winning chances in the rest of the season. If he doesn't really have a solid premiere or second episode, then I don't know realistically where he's going in the individual competition. I don't even know if I see him as an end gamer, necessarily. I feel like him and Carly, I'm pretty solid on they'll be out soon, but who knows? I only put Dustin above Carly because Carly's archetype has had a proven failure record, and I'd like to see it broken. I just don't know if it will. Dustin, on the other hand, is just kind of there from what we've seen. I don't think he fits into any other Tough as Nails archetype we've seen before because we haven't seen him much. And no, I did not purposely put two Canadians on the bottom. Please stop. Marcus Jones in at number 9. And another one that we just did not get a lot of content from. I mean, we got a lot of content about how he's this big dude, big strong dude. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win. And I don't think we've had enough to really put him higher than number 9. So, not much to say about him, but that's why he's number 9. And moving on to number 8, we have Jessica Hayes. And Jessica, she is really taking control as the leader of Savage Crew. And so for that, I feel like Jessica will go like an Angel route from Season 2, where she goes out early in the individual competition, but is like a major part of her team's success, even though Angel's team didn't succeed. But I feel like Savage Crew is a bit more of a packed team that could potentially win overall. I'm definitely rooting for Savage Crew, as you know. I'm Savage Crew for life, but Savage Crew, I feel like this season has definitely the edge over Dirty Hands in certain areas, so we'll see where that goes. But Jessica Hayes, Savage Crew leader, not too well for individual chances, so that's why she's at number 8. Now coming in at number 7, we have Paul. Paul, the person who picked Savage Crew as a team, is coming in at number 7, and I feel like he's being set up for a bit of a downfall. I don't feel like he's going to win, but I do feel like he's going to go far. So I have him here at 7th place because I just don't see him winning. But I do see him getting a pretty interesting downfall in the individual competition because a lot of people, especially within Dirty Hands, haven't really talked highly of Paul. They've sort of talked about him. Like Todd specifically was kind of frustrated at Paul during the individual competition in the last episode. So we'll see where Paul goes, but I don't think it's going to be a win. So that's why Paul's at number 7. Now coming in at number 6, we have CHERYL. And CHERYL is a storyline that we've seen from Michelle in Season 1 and Leah from Season 3. Those are two very different paths that those two took. She has the storyline of being underestimated with her flamingos and everything, and just the fun vibes that she brings, but also makes it a point that she's not to be underestimated, and she's actually a really real threat within the competitions. And to be fair, Michelle in Season 1 was a big threat in the competitions. She won a few overtimes before she got eliminated by miles. So I do think CHERYL could have a long stay in the game. However, could she win, especially compared to the other 5 that I have ahead of her? I don't think so. So that's why I have her at number 6. Definitely in the possibility of winning, but I don't think it's as likely as the other 5 that I have. Now coming in at number 5, I have Todd Anderson. Todd could go one of 2 ways. Honestly, I think he's getting far either way, but he could win, or he could be out really near the end. Because Todd, a lot of people talk highly of Todd, a lot of people really want to work with Todd. Todd's one of the older guys there, one of the more experienced guys there. So I don't necessarily know how he could lose in overtime. And if he gets to the end, maybe he wins. So that's why I have him here number 5, but it's just the number 4. The top 4 are really my definitive top 4, and I have my mind made up about them. But outside of them, I think Todd is definitely taking it if it's not either of those 4, which it usually isn't. And now our top 4. My top 4 are really interchangeable. Any one of these people could be number 1. But we're going to talk about Akilah first at number 4. And Akilah gets a lot of screen time in those first 2 episodes. It's just talking about how cool she is, and how much she's done, and how she's like the best. Everyone wanted to work with her. She was the only one who had 2 offers to be partnered with at the individual competition. And so she's getting a lot of this positive screen time, positive screen time, positive screen time. I think that definitely, at least, I don't want to say it means she stays in the game even long, because Sergio had a lot of that last season, and look where that got him. But I do think if she does make it far, she's got a great shot of winning. Great shot of being our winner of Tough as Nails Season 5. So that's why I have her at number 4. It'd just be such a shame if she went out early. And now at number 3, I have KENJI. KENJI, just by default, being a jack of all trades, he's got to be up here at top 3. And he got a decent amount of screen time, too. Decent amount of positive screen time. A lot of talking about his backstory and everything, which usually doesn't bode well for someone's success in any given episode. But in this case, it proved to be not really against him. So I think, judging from that, and judging from where he could potentially go in the season, I think he's got a great shot of winning if he can get there. But my worry is that he goes into overtime and it's something very strenuous that I don't think KENJI could beat, and he goes up against someone that's like a really, really tough competitor. That's my worry for KENJI. But overall, I think he's got what it takes to win if he gets to the end. So that's why KENJI's at number 3, but I do think my top 2 are pretty solid. And number 2, I have YESI REYES. Not a lot of YESI content. However, whenever we did get YESI content, kind of like Akilah was talking about how cool she is, YESI's got sort of the same vibes that you would get from Season 3 Elizabeth, Season 1 Linda. Season 4 didn't have any women that got far, but still, these women that always get far to the end of the game, and I do see a lot of that in YESI. And if she gets to the end, I think she can win. I think she's got more winning potential than Linda did in Season 1 or Elizabeth did in Season 3. And if she gets that far into the end, all she's got to do is win a few overtimes, and I think she gets there and she can win. However, I don't think she can beat my number 1 person that I have on here, and that is Ben. Ben was the winner of the individual competition in the last episode. But that's not why he's up here. I think he's up here because he falls in line with the basic sort of Tough as Nails competitor that you would expect to do very well on Tough as Nails. Like, no doubt he's getting to the final four, final five, and at that point, that's the finale. Like all you got to do is win a few more overtimes, and I think he's probably the biggest overtime threat on the board. And if he gets to the end, I think he's winning. So I feel pretty confident that Ben could win if he gets to the end. Problem is, does he get there? I think he can. So that's why Ben is number one, most likely to win, in my opinion. And yeah, that is it for the video. Tough as Nails Season 5 power ranking. Most likely to win. That's out of the way. And I can't wait to see how wrong I am. And I will maybe get back to you on this. So with that said, thank you for watching.